The house was a story. It was a big story now, because every year we build a house. Every year, there's a system in Africa to get a brick, but the brick is not. It's only the soil you can do. Yeah, and you make a brick. After the brick, you go in the forest to cut the tree, and you cover your house. But because the rain is too hard, when the rain comes, they destroy your house. Now, it was every time to build the house, to build the house, to build the house. And it was because in the refugee camp, in the Tabora refugee camp, we lived there for 5 or 6 years. And after we moved for another camp. Remember that I fled my country. It was only the Cold War. It was only the Cold War. And after now, when after 3-4 years, the war started in Congo. The serious war, the hard war started in Congo. And many people now run in Tanzania.
So there were more refugees coming from the Congo.
Yeah, from now we come in Tanzania. Our camp, our first camp was closed. They closed our first camp. They told them now you can join the majority of Congolese in another camp, a new camp.
Okay.
And they took us.
So there was a lot more people coming from the Congo.
Yeah, from the Congo. And now we join our friends in a new camp in Kigoma region. Okay, and it was only to start to build again a new house.
So you moved to a new camp with lots of other people who were refugees from the Congo, and you had to start again, build a new house, start a new farm, start everything again.
Yeah, to start everything again, to farm, to have a new land for farming, to have a new house for farming. Everything was again new. Now it was every time it was difficult.
And I know you wrote about in the book as well about how because there were so many people coming from the Congo, there were kind of tensions in the camp between the different people from different tribes.
Yeah.
But you also write about how you started a group to help this. Could you tell us a bit about the group that you started?
Yeah. When we lived in Tanzania for maybe 5 or 6 years, we had some experience in Tanzania because we lived with Tanzania people. We joined our friends, Congolese friends in the new camp. They had some mentality. You know mentality? Yeah. That the Tanzania people don't have, don't know. It is different. That is the mentality we live. Yeah. The mentality was that a woman, it is only there to do everything for the man, like to cook, to go in the forest to search, for fire, wood. Okay, to go search wood. To do everything. The men, it is only for eating. In the camp, it was it was a different tribe. It was the majority. It was one tribe was a majority, had a majority, like 90%.
So 90% was from one tribe.
The majority, the one tribe.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and then now they dominate all things. Like a small job in the camp. Because the camp there was some organization, international organization, local organization to help with the refugee. There was some job, small job. Now the majority it is them who reaches the job in the camp. Now the minority, it was hard for the minority. Now we suggest that how to do to help the minority. Were
you part of the majority or the minority?
Me, I was in the minority.
Okay.
Minority, and we started how to do to help the women, and we tried to organize some association to help the minority or to resolve some problem, like in the. There was in the camp. There was a common for to have a water, how to the type of water, tap water is common. You can go in the type of, you could have 500 people they waiting for water. Yeah, 1,000 is there for waiting to have a water. Now it was a trouble every time, a box, a bit every time a box. Now we tried to see how to resolve this problem, and then we organized an association called the DPD. In French, is the Droit de l'homme et développement. It's the human rights and the development, and we tried to do the campaign to sensibilize the people. We do campaign in the village. It was one international organization called the World Vision. They give us a megaphone, you know.
Yeah, megaphone, yeah.
Megaphone. And now we round in the village for campaign to preach the women, the peace in the camp.
So for women's rights and opportunities.
Yeah, for women.
Equality.
Yeah. And the minorities how, and we get in the office that the World Division to explain how they can help the minority, because the World Division, there was international, there was some local from Tanzania. They didn't know about the problem, a minority and the majority. It is as our association and another association, we reported it to them that we have a problem here in the camp. Look at the problem. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We have it to help also the minority to do this, to do this. And the organization, the officer understood us. They told okay, and they worked it together. They help us. Like some, they bring some clothes. The old clothes. That old clothes.
Second hand.
Second hand. Maybe from here in Europe, I don't know. I don't know.
Clothes from Ireland, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was that.
How many years then were you living in Tanzania as a refugee?
21 years.
21 years altogether. And how many children did you have in that time?
At the time, I had 4 children.
4 children.
Yeah.
And was there school opportunities? Or were they able to go to school while they were living?
Yeah, they had a school in the refugee camp. UNICEF told the UNICEF and the Tanzania government, the UNHCR, and the Congolese government, together they told that the children should have education. They opened school in the camp. At the university was in the camp. Primary school, secondary school, at the university.
When you first found out about being resettled and being sent to Ireland, did you want to go? What were your thoughts? Or did you think maybe that you wanted to return to the Congo instead? At
the time, because many people get a resettlement, like in Australia, in USA, in UK, in Canada. Me also, I had the idea if I can get a resettlement, but it was hard to get a resettlement. It was like a chance, or it was I don't know what. Some people use the money, yeah. Some people it was a chance. You can do the interview and you can lose your interview. Now when I get it, I get the information that my case is admitted by the island. I was very, very happy. My family was very happy. Yeah. My family was very happy. And what did you first think about Ireland when you heard about moving here? And what was your first impression of Ireland when you arrived? When we arrived here, the first event was like cold. Oh, cold. Oh, yeah. It was cold. But because the court didn't do anything, because we had the story. We know it. We have the story about Ireland before. That Ireland is good. It is only the court. And then now we told you that maybe court, because we lived in the hard condition in the camp. The court they didn't do anything, because we know that is the court only will be we will be.
You can contend with the cold.
Hmm?
You can contend
You
with
can-
the cold.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, will be okay.
Okay.
Will be okay.
You'll work with it. Yeah.
Will be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and what did you think? What did you think of Cavan when you first arrived in Cavan? What did you think of the town and the community and the people? And
We think that the Cavan is good when we arrived here, because we was welcome with the justice officer, officer from justice department, from the airport to here in Cavan. And when we get here in Cavan, we get some many people waiting for my family, our family, like the voluntary people. They're waiting in our house, and they told you welcome. It was good. It was a nice day, and they started to show us some, like an hospital, a school, many things. It's good. The people, Cavan people, I can say that are good welcome. Are good welcome. And are good welcome. And we appreciate them.
one thing I want to ask you about, though, that you mentioned earlier, you had some idea about Ireland before you came here, because you used to listen to Irish country music when you were in Tanzania. I just find that fascinating.
Yeah, we had the idea. People told us that Ireland is good, because Ireland is quiet. You know, in Europe, there is some country, we know that the country is not quiet. The political, I like the political. But until Africa, we know that the island is quiet. The island people are very, very quiet.
And how many years have you been living here then?
Sorry?
How many years have you been living in Cavan?
Now, in February, I will get 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
And there are other people who moved from the Congo to Cavan as well. Like, there's other families here who also moved. And is there a good community among all the different people from the Congo living here?
Yeah, we live good. We live good.
And is it important for your children that they know about Congolese culture and the language, and that they don't become too Irish?
I think they will be Irish automatically. We think when we will get 5 years, we will apply for Irish nationality. Yeah, we will be 5 years. We will change. We will be Irish nationality.
And would you ever want to go back to the Congo?
To the Congo. We don't have the idea for what again. It is difficult because they were still in the Congo. Actually now they were still.
And then, Sean, I'm going to turn to you. How did you and Tutu meet originally? So you guys wrote this amazing book together, all about Tutu's experience and his journey here. But how did you two meet?
Well, the previous year, 2015, I did a bit of work with the local IFA on their anniversary book. So through that, Tutu was wanted to tell his story, to actually put it down on paper for his children and his grandchildren, to know where they came from, and also to introduce the Congolese community to the people of Cavan. So through Toos, they knew I had done a wee bit of writing, and so we met in Canna House one day,